We will record it and we will post it on the organizer's webpage. It's also going to be the first in a series of calls, weekly calls that we do for organizers. Something new we're trying this year, and will be available at this time every week, and we'll be covering different topics. So this is basically the first of a series, and we hope that you enjoy it and get value out of it. So today we were just covering our brief introduction. Excuse me. Natalie is going to cover registration and quick troubleshooting tips. I'll go over customizing your personal and team pages, and then we'll talk about how to customize your event page. A lot of that we have to do for you, but there are a lot of things that you can do to make your event page, your main event page, look unique. And then finally, we'll have time for questions. So I want to turn this over to Natalie. Oops. Okay. We're going to have to switch back and forth a few times. Sorry about that.
Okay, so I hope everybody is amped up and ready to go. The sites are live. If you haven't received your URL or you haven't been able to test it out, please take an opportunity to do so. You should have received an email from Jean probably last week with your registration code as an event organizer, which is capital W, capital O, space 2016. So when you get through the registration process and you see right after you see register as an adult, sideline supporter, or a child, there should be a box where you can enter that registration code. But I wanted to go over, I just wanted to go over briefly how you can register for a walk or be able to show someone how to register for the walk. I'm going to use the DC walk as an example, and I'm going to go all the way up to the point in which you pay for registration, just so that everybody can see. So this is the DC homepage. And can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So we're, like I said, we're live, up and running. Today is the official launch day. And as you can see, we kind of tweaked it a little bit, but you have a register as an individual. You can form a team, join a team, or you can just make a donation to the actual event. I have to get out of seeing walks because we have more than just walks this year. So I'm going to go ahead and do a registration as an individual, and I'm going to join as a new participant. And also know that this year what's a little different also. You can join as a new participant. You can also, if you were if you used the system last year, you can return as a user from last year. So if you know your username and password, then you can go ahead and use that again this year. If you don't know your password, the system can send you reset your password, or if you're having trouble with that, you can always contact us and we can help you reset your password. And also this year what's different, you can use your social media or some of your email systems as a way to log into this system. So right now you can use Facebook, Twitter, AOL, and Yahoo, and OpenID. I'm not sure what OpenID is, but if for those who use OpenID, you can use this as a way to log into the system. So we just give you a few more options to make it easier to log into the system. So as I mentioned, this is the basic screen for logging in and you can register as an adult, sideline supporter, or a child. And we wanted to note that the registration fee has gone up by $5. So that's something that's a little different. And just so we get these questions a lot, an adult registration, someone who's actually going to participate in the event, sideline supporter, someone who wants to participate but may not be able to for physical reasons or may be limited in their ability to participate but would still like to somehow contribute and raise funds for the event. But I'm going to register today as an adult. And of course, you can associate this with a company, things of that nature you can make. Here you can make an additional gift. So I'll let the system think I'm making an additional gift for $25. And also you can set your fundraising goal. The system is going to suggest that the goal starts at 100, but feel free to change that higher if you would like. And then you would just hit next. And then you would enter all of your information. So let me start here. I'm going to do a test one this time. So female. I'll put in Bethesda, Maryland, Bethesda code 8-20814. Hopefully, it will take it. The system will take it. And I will give myself a username, password. And then answer the questions. Now, one of the questions we added this year is whether or not a person would like to opt out of our fundraising incentive program. Some have chosen that they did not want to receive the gift. Some would like to receive it, so we've made it a question within the registration process, and we're asking those if they would like to opt in or opt out at this time. So I'm going to say yes, I would love to opt in. And then, of course, we have our questions on whether or not you're a survivor and how many years.
Excuse me, but if you answer yes to question number 3, you're opting out, aren't you?
I'm sorry, yes, you're opting out. Okay. I'm sorry. Yes, it is opt out. I meant to say no. Thank you.
Ellie does want the prize.
I do want the prize. I'm keeping my eye on the prize.
Is it possible that you could change the wording to say, no, I do not want the prize, or yes, I do want the prize, so it's clear?
Yes, I can change the wording.
That would be, I think that would be helpful.
And then, of course, we have our waiver and release and give permission for videotaping, photographs, etc. And you can just agree to the conditions, and then you hit next step. And then this is just a confirmation. And at this point, this is where I want to make you can make any adjustments. So if anything is wrong, address, contact information. You can update that if you want to change your gift or participation type, you can do so. But also, please note, this is where you can also register another family member. So if you want to register your wife, sister, your children, you can hit the button here at this point. Or if you're done, you can complete your registration and it will take you out to the payment page. And I'm not going to complete the payment, but it'll at least provide you with that information. Okay, are there any questions about the registration? And it's very similar for the team when you're forming a team also.
I have an additional suggestion, which is on the page where you put in the extra money. That line where you can put in the extra money, it might be helpful to put a $ there so that people know that that's where they put money.
Okay, I'm not sure if the system will allow, but I will definitely check on that.
Okay, thank you. I like this. This is great.
Great.
Do we have any other questions about the registration?
No, it's very straightforward. Easy to follow.
If you run into any problems while you're registering, another new component for this year is that we have a help desk, and it's very easy to remember, helpdesk@beacon.org, and you can send us screenshots or questions you may have, or forward any technical issues you may be having to that email, and someone from our office will reply back in regards to that issue you may be having. So it can be in regards to registering, if you're having problems with working out your personal page or your team pages, things like that, etc. So we just want to make it as easy as possible for anyone. Are there any other questions in regards to the registration function? Okay, and then one other thing that I wanted to address with everyone, because I know that this is something that's come up since we sent out the test sites. For those who may be having issues with not being able to pull up their websites, and I know Dallas, we're working with you guys. Yours is a little different, but I think maybe Southwest Florida may be having this issue. You might want to try to refresh your screen, and so that it clears the cache, so that your website is kind of refreshed and the new information that is in the system can catch up to your screen. Also, if that doesn't work, you might need to go into your computers and clear your history, your cookies, and or your cache. And that's very simple. And I can send out, and when Jean sends out information to everyone later, just to follow up, I can send these instructions. But it's very simple in going into your computer. Okay. And I don't know if I can get to it right now. I'm trying to, okay. And going to Internet Options, and within that, you would be able to delete your browsing history or update the settings just so that you can clear the cache and whatnot. So that might help some of the issues that some of you have been having, as in things haven't updated, or you can't tell, or the screen may not be functioning, but it's Internet Options, and then you can go to delete browsing history. I don't think anything else will help, but browsing history under the General tab, and then if you need to go deeper, you would need to go into, you can clear your temporary internet files, the history, and the cache in the database. So that may help some of the technical issues some of you have been having with your web pages not updating.
And I'm going to take over from Natalie, and let me first check and see if anyone's logged on since, and I will unmute you. Okay, so Maria and Lorraine, thank you for joining us. I've unmuted you. And Jeff
In Omaha.
and Brenda in Chicago, I've unmuted you. And Karen, I see you there. It looks like you have to enter your PIN before I can unmute you, so just so you know. But let me switch over, and I will talk about once you have actually registered, and by registering, you've created your own individual page. So this is Chicago's page, and if you can see the URL at the top of the screen is a little messy, but if you enter that nice one we sent you, in this case, Chicago, it will take you there. So I'm going to go to my participant center because I went through the process that Natalie just described, and it logged me out, of course, because I was on a little while ago. I'm going to log in. So it takes me to my homepage, and everybody's personal homepage is going to look like this. Participant Center, I apologize, to get my terminology right. So the homepage will give you, the home tab will give you a good interview. Email is a way that you can communicate with your potential supporters, and we'll go over that in more detail in a future call. But today, we're mostly going to focus on personal and team pages, but I want to start with setting a goal. And and as Natalie had pointed out, the goal starts at 100. I changed it to 250, and I can change it again. And you may want to keep on pushing your goal up as you meet it, because it gives your supporters something to reach for. So there, I just changed it again. So that's something you might want to start with. Go to a progress tab and just change your goal, or choose a goal, I guess I would say. And then first it's the personal page. Natalie, when she registered, or when I registered, we have these pages created for us automatically. And one of the first things you'll want to do is update your URL, because you can see this big, messy, long thing here. That will take me to my own personal public page, but it would be much nicer if it was easier to remember. So I'm going to make it not very creative, but memorable. Okay, so now if I want to post this on Facebook or include this link in an email to send people to my fundraising page, I have this nice, short, easy to remember URL. So that is something, it's a good idea to change that right away and make it memorable and easy. So the title, welcome to the personal page, I would put my name there.
And can I ask the question? This is Maria. My question is this being done by each person that has a team or something, or is it just for our company?
Every single person who registers has the capacity to do this.
Okay.
You can also, you'll find that there's text here that we created, and would really strongly encourage you to, your words are always going to be better than our words. There's a reason that you're involved in this walk. Almost all of you have been impacted by bladder cancer in some way, and you're motivated to be involved because bladder cancer impacted your life. What motivates you will motivate your supporters. So you can certainly keep some of our words, but here's a good chance to tell your own story and explain why you're involved and why it's important for other people to be involved. Your story is your most powerful tool, and it's the best way of motivating people. So we really encourage you to think about what you want to say, why you're involved, and how you want to share that with other people. And as just a practical note, sometimes the website might time out. So it's a good idea to write your story on a program like Notepad, or I think for Apple it's Notes. It's a very simple program. It has no formatting. So you can compose it in there, and then you'll be able to move it over, and you won't have to worry about losing anything you've written. But definitely think about your own story. Okay, and then I just wanted to, the other thing you can do is update a photo. Now we've put a photo in there, but your photo, a photo of yourself, will be much more powerful, much more motivating to your supporters. It could be of you, it could be of the person you're participating for, it could be a small group shot, whatever you think will motivate people. And you can add your own caption as well. Also, you can enter a little video. You'd have to create it on YouTube and then upload it here. But we really encourage you to, don't use our photos, use your photos. Your photo is more motivating. Now, the team page is created by you in order to allow people to participate, to put together, obviously, a group of people or a team who are going to support on you, raise funds on your behalf. They might be a member of your team. They'll also have the personal page that I just showed you. So although I'm not going to go into this as much detail, but it's pretty much the same. Change your URL, make a catchy, easy to remember team URL. I think I created one called Beacon Violets because my favorite flower is violet. Not the best, perhaps. Change the text, tell your team's story, and of course, you could upload a photo. And again, the same advice here as we've given before. Your personal photo, maybe if you've participated in the past, way more powerful than the stock photo that we've seen. So I want to show you one example. I'm going to have to switch back to our PowerPoint. Okay, so this is an example. Jim Bondi of the Dallas-Fort Worth chapter created his own page. He customized the text, and he uploaded his own photo. So when his people he's trying to reach or his supporters see this, they will possibly even see themselves in the photo, and they'll be more motivated than by the original photo. So that's just an example. I want to talk about something that I know is dear to many organizers' hearts, and that is how you can customize your own event page. But I'm sorry, I jumped a little quickly. Does anybody have any questions?
No.
No? Okay, we'll keep moving. So now I'm going to go to the Chicago page, and again, it went to this sort of messy looking URL, but I got there by entering support.beacon.org/ampupchicago. And that is, each one of you, each organizer should have one of these links. But let me know if you don't. We'll certainly get it out to you. So what we're looking at now is what everyone will see. This is, for Natalie, but this is the page wrapper. And it'll cycle through 4 different photos, but it'll be the same on every site. We can't really change that. But scrolling down, we see search participants, search teams. That's something that also won't be changed. Everybody, regardless of what team they're on, may need to use this function. Over on the right, the team honor roll, team top fundraisers, that will be populated by your participants. So you can see I'm in there, but soon there will be many people surpassing me. And what we can change is everything, not quite everything. We can change many things that are under your progress bar. And this is what Chicago has right now, the date, time, location. This text here is standard, and it's important to keep it clean and simple because we really want people to take action when they come to this page. We want them to know where to go, how to register. So we want to be careful about keeping this clean. But let me give you some examples of what some organizers have done and what you'll be able to do also. Okay, so here we go. So this is the Dallas-Fort Worth team, and this is just a screenshot, but he has added a link to a map, and several people did that last year, and it's really a good idea because people coming to your site will see it and wonder how to get there, and if you have a link, then they'll have all the information they need. You can also, we've also uploaded PDFs of maps and other information sheets that organizers have created, so that's another thing we can do. We can add additional information here. It should all be related to your walk or event, as Natalie pointed out, they're not all walks, but you can customize in that way. And here's another organizer, this is Pittsburgh, and she not only added additional information about, she added the address of her location, she also wants people to be able to contact her directly. So she asked us to add the emails for herself, that's Lynn, and for the other organizer. So that's something you can do too if you want people to be able to reach you directly. And finally, something I think we get more questions about this than anything else, can I add a photo? And the answer is yes, you can add a photo. There's some requirements. It needs to be a high-quality photo, a group shot, or something that says something about your location. So a successful team or a group of people. It has to be a specific size, 600 pixels wide and between 260 and 270 high. We can take a bigger one and crop it, but that's the final size that it will have to be. So yes, that is, I know a lot of people are concerned about that, and so there is a fair amount that we can do. The text on the page below, we're trying to keep that consistent. Let me go back to the website. Okay. Okay, so this is what the text says. This is Chicago. And so from AMP up, move to end bladder cancer. We're trying to keep this consistent because this information is important and the statistics are important for people to know. But we are adding the About page. And what we're going to do on that page is if you want to say more about your walk, like how it started and maybe why it started, we could put 3 to 5 lines of text there. And if you want to say more about your location, we can put 3 to 5 lines there too. So it's a chance for you to say a little bit more about what you're doing and why you're doing it. So we're trying to keep this text pretty consistent. There is a place for you to add more. So let me pause and see if there's any questions. We're in our question and answer period now. And I'll just check and see if anyone else has joined us. Okay. Any questions? I know we went sort of quickly. Oh, there's Maya. Hi, Maya. I'm unmuting you.
Okay, sorry. I'm here. I'm sorry, I'm a little late.
Oh, that's okay. And we've recorded this, so you can see the whole thing.
Perfect.
There's a question from Brenda. Chicago site is showing. Okay, I'm not sure why, because I pulled it up on the screen and using that URL and it showed Chicago, but let me check into that, Brenda, and I will get back to you directly.
Thank you.
Okay. So I used Chicago because I wanted to see if I had that same problem, and it didn't work here, and I'm wondering if it's something to do with clearing the cache or something like that.
We'll look at it when we get back.
Okay, I have a question. Yes, this is Marie from Philadelphia. So all our information that we want on this page, we have to give it to you and you'll upload it, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
The individual and team pages you can customize. This one we have to do.
And when is the deadline to give it to you? Because you said it's live today, correct?
They're live today, but we have updated them throughout the walk season.
Oh, okay.
And we'll also be we're also doing something new this year. We're going to be updating on Fridays, so you have all week to get it to us. So get it to us by close of business on Thursday, and then we'll make the updates all at one time. So we're trying to put processes in place so you always know when we're doing what, so that you know what deadlines apply to you and when we'll be doing things.
Okay.
Hey, I have a question. This is Bob from New Hampshire.
Right.
The information we got last year on the websites when people registered, can we get that list so we can send out reminders of the upcoming event?
Yes.
So one of the things that we'll be doing is sending out electronic postcards to all your past walkers from last year. So we'll send them out initially, but yes, we can send you your participants from last year so you can have their email addresses and encourage them to register.
Great. Okay.
I've got a question. This is Jeff Hendrickson from Omaha.
Hey, Jeff.
So two questions. First of all, underneath where it says at the bottom of your page right now, check out BCAN's Noisemaker fundraising. Is there going to be the map there again this year that'll show all the different states that are hosting events, or is that something that's gone away?
That's on the hub page, and let me see if I can get to it really quickly.
Yeah, last year it populated on everyone's page at the bottom just by default, and so I wasn't sure if it's something we can put back in there because I found that we did have a few people that ended up saying, hey, actually there's one closer to me, and they went to that walk and attended in person because they saw the map and said, oh, hey, I guess there is one. And
okay. Support beacon.org. Hopefully. So right now, Jeff, it's on our hub page, which is the main page.
Okay.
On the walk, what you're looking for.
Yep.
But I don't know. Let me see if we have enough real estate, and when I say real estate, white space on the pages to see if that's something we can do. I'm not sure if we can because we do want to keep the real estate fairly clean and crisp. But let me see what we can do about it, if that's something we can do. But we just put it on the main hub page for right now.
Sounds good.
Any other questions?
I think that was one. You said you had two questions?
Oh.
I forgot the other one, so I'll think of it in a minute, I'm sure.
Okay. Oh, I see Brenda's asked a question. All right, where am I? Brenda?
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, I can. Yeah, did you have a question?
Hi, no, I was just responding when you went to the Chicago site, during the demonstration, it showed Philadelphia on mine again, and so I was just pointing out that.
I understand. I think I understand now. It's these pictures on top that you mean?
Right, for the landing page for the Chicago walk, I guess, is showing Philadelphia.
Go to Chicago.
Okay. Is it these pictures on top that you're talking about?
Right.
Okay, I think that's because it's one of the wrapper pictures, and I misunderstood. Let me go to Chicago again.
But we can add a Chicago picture to that site, to the Chicago site.
Okay, so we just need to provide you with one. Is that it? Because even all the signage is showing. You see, it says Philadelphia there, bus, like it's all Philadelphia.
That's part of the page wrapper. But Jean showed an example where we can add it onto the actual site.
Yeah. So
that it'll be Chicago friendly.
Okay, because people landing, I guess I'm confused. I would think that they've reached Philadelphia.
Right. No, I see what you're saying. I misunderstood you. I'm sorry, Brenda. This is one of our wrapper pictures, and every site has these four pictures.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it possible to make the wrapper pictures be less specific and more like just people?
Yeah, or less, or just say amp up, walks or something, events or something.
I can check to see if we can do that.
Like this one's pretty. This one you wouldn't really know where it is. You would know it's not in a desert, for instance. This one also. I don't know. I think that's what. Right. So.
Yeah. That. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We'll see what we can do and try to fix that.
That would be great. Yeah. Something more generic would be perfect.
Okay. Now I understand. I missed that. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
This is Bob again from New Hampshire. Is this our 6th annual event? No?
Started in 2011, right?
Yes, 11.
So it is our 6th. So,
okay.
Yep. Sorry, Bob. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
so just so you know, after the call, we'll be launching this all over Beacon, so people will be able to find this on our website, on Facebook, on Twitter, Inspire. We are also launching Instagram today, so you can definitely, if you want to show people how you're amping up and want to post on Instagram, we'll be doing that. We'll have that available. So there are various media and outlets that you can show how you're amping up. We would love to see your pictures. So we have a very simple email address you can send pictures to, ampup, AMPUT @beacon.org as you're registering, if you're having registration parties, if you just want to show yourself, registering your team or even yourself as an individual, we would love to see it, and we'll post them on Facebook periodically throughout the season. If you want to tell us your story in 2 to 3 words, not words, 2 to 3 sentences as to why you're amped up and ready to move, please feel free to send those to either Jean or myself. So I think that's pretty much it. If we don't have any more questions, like we said, we didn't want to keep you too long.
Right, yeah.
I've got one more.
Okay.
Thought of it. The sponsorship guide, we are looking for that for this year. Do you know when that'll be available so we can start getting our sponsors that packet?
In the next email that you will probably see from us, we will have corporate and local sponsorships, and it'll provide brief information on which package could be used for which type of sponsorship, but just to give you kind of like a high-level explanation, the corporate sponsorship would be for your larger organizations and companies, so your banks, your grocery stores. If you have, if you want to take it to your job or your employer, that kind of thing. The local ones are for more the local sponsorship package, and they're detailed. So they're titled corporate and local, would be more so for like your mom and pop stores, your dry cleaners, the coffee shop. I'm trying to think, a little, restaurants, local restaurants. So that's what that local sponsorship package is for. But we will definitely get those out in the weekly email.
Yeah, and I'll send out the link to this along with it.
So yeah, you'll get that in that email.
Natalie, this is Maya. I have a follow-up question. So if we already have a sponsor identified, like with us with MD Anderson, do you directly deal with them to provide them the packet, or do they still go through me in order to get the information to them?
Someone like MD Anderson will probably have to work together, but
okay.
I can we can have an offline conversation about that.
Okay. Okay. And then are the in-kind donation forms for this year already up on the website for the organizers?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a little behind on that. I know I need to send that to you. I'll do it as soon as we finish this call.
Oh, it's totally fine. I just want to make sure it's not somewhere where I can access it myself without bugging you about it. So.
Oh no, it's me. I will get it up to you, and I'll get it on the website as well.
Okay, perfect.
They are updated, so.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you for joining us today.
Well, if there aren't any more questions, please feel free to email Jean or myself, and let's just get amped up and ready to go. So I think we have another call scheduled
a week from today.
A week from today.
And I'll send you details about that.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye-bye.
Bye.